Leanne Little, thank you for joining Stateline.
Thanks for inviting me.
Why does the Northern Territory Police Force need a racism strategy?
Well, it's no secret. We've been exposed in the public arena through coronials and other means that we have a problem within the Northern Territory Police Force. Racism exists in our police force and we need to fix it.
For people who don't know, what does systemic racism look like?
I think people are well aware of when it's overt racism, when it's racism that it's name calling or it's very evident behaviours that we would find unacceptable. What is really difficult is when there are certain actions in policies or procedures or even in legislation that identifies that those actions disadvantage the disadvantaged even more. And they sit there unaddressed. People think it's business as usual. It's just the way we do things around here. And a lot of people won't question the outcome and the unfairness and the hurt and harm that those actions or policies deliver.
The police racism strategy sets out to eliminate racial profiling and discrimination towards Aboriginal Territorians. Is there an example of that happening during your time working on this review in the force?
Yes, I've experienced and reviewed and seen lots of examples of racial profiling. People might ask the race of a particular person when it's not relevant to a call out and so forth. People might align certain characteristics and therefore have biases in front of them that, you know, Aboriginal people are heavy drinkers, they don't look after their kids, you know, the stereotypes are layered, and I have, you know, it's something that I've seen whilst I've been working with police.
As an Arundel woman at the forefront of this review, how hard has it been for you personally to do this work with police?
You know, I got brought up tough. I've been a former police officer. I know how the system works. I think this is probably one of the hardest jobs that I've ever had to do in my life. But I see that opportunity as a privilege, and you know, I want to see change, and I can see change already happening, as I have said, with a lot of officers coming forward and reporting matters.
Has there been any pushback within the force with respect to the work that you're doing?
No, I sit on the executive table in the Northern Territory Police Force where the decisions are made. In fact, I've had nothing but support. The pushback, I would say, would be from some of those parties that we've lodged complaints against and been investigating, and you know, and dealt with those matters where there has been inappropriate behaviour in the police force. It's not a nice, pleasant experience, to be, you know, to allege racism, yet let alone to find that it's occurred.
Can you give an indication of how many officers are under investigation currently for racism against Indigenous Territorians?
It keeps me busy. How's that? I wouldn't be able to give you the exact figure, but I can say that I'm a very busy woman in a very busy team.
Earlier this month, the Chief Minister, Leah Finocchiaro, denied that systemic racism was an issue in the force. How do you go about making change when the highest ranking official in the Northern Territory doesn't think that there's a problem?
I think that's a question that you need to specifically ask the Chief Minister, because I can't speak on behalf of her.
Does the Chief Minister's position put this strategy at risk?
Not at all. This strategy will continue. This isn't influenced by politics. This is an agency document that will go over terms of government, no matter who's in power.
Have you had meetings with the Chief Minister to inform her on the work that you're doing and what you've been seeing in the force?
We have had updates provided to her, and we have had contact with her in regards to the strategy.
So were you surprised when she denied that systemic racism is an issue?
I think like I said, a lot of people have difficulty in understanding what systemic racism looks like and how it sits in agencies, particularly agencies like the police force.
Ms Little, how important is it that when we talk about racism within the ranks that we don't paint all police with the same brush as racists, given the enormous work that they do in the Territory and the pressure that they're under?
Yeah, I think it's so important. I think what gets me out of bed every day is the fact that I know that there are good police officers out there who are providing me with a lot of the information that I need to eliminate racism in the police force. At the moment, I'm seeing a lot more good police officers than bad police officers, and I think I want those bad racist police officers to be the minority, and I want the good police officers to be able to be in a space where they can call out that bad behaviour and report it and know that we will do something about it.
How important is it that this racism strategy isn't lost as just another strategy that sits somewhere on a website?
This isn't going to happen overnight. This is going to take time. But this is a partnership between the community and the Northern Territory Police Force. This isn't an Aboriginal issue. This is actually everybody's issue. And to be perfectly honest, the heavy lifting is going to have to come from the non-Aboriginal people, both inside and outside of the police force, because that's where a lot of the power and the privilege sits.
Leanne Little, thank you for joining Stateline.
Thanks for inviting me.